What's going on, everybody? This is Fry. So today I'm going to explain to you in short what are the rules of building decks in Gwent. This is a topic that actually wasn't really covered in the actual tutorial of the game. I'm going to show you. It's really simple. Here we go. Just click on the deck builder and you can get into the decks. Now the way you make a new deck is by you press the new deck button up there and you pick a faction. There's 5 factions in the game. Each one of these factions has its own particular cards it can use. So red cards can only be used by monsters, etc. And then they all have access to one, neutral class that they can also all add on to their class. So for example, you just pick any of them. Let's say we're going to do monsters. Now the monsters have their particular heroes that they have. There's a few heroes for each class. You actually start off the game with a few of them. Let's just say we're going to pick Dagon. That's the first thing you do. Now, the basic rules are you gotta have at least 25 cards total in a deck. As you see, there's a clear indication up here. You're allowed to have up to 4 golden cards, up to 6 silver cards, and then the rest of your cards have to be bronze. Usually you want to make your deck have exactly 25 cards. The more condensed it is, usually the better, but if you want, you can actually add more than 25 cards into a deck. Now, the best way to build a deck is you just go click the check mark over here to the ones that are owned, and then you just click them one at a time. Now, you can only have 1 copy of each gold card in your deck, and you can only have 1 copy of each silver card. So again, you just select the ones that you want. You see the little meter here. It says we have 4 out of 4 gold cards. It says 5 out of 6 silver, so we can pick 1 more silver. And then you go and you pick the bronze cards. The bronze cards are different. You're allowed to have up to 3 copies of each particular card in a deck, so you really want to try to synergize as best as you can. I'm just picking random things. You can have 1 if you want, 1. If you notice, there are neutral cards again, so anything with the little flag that's kind of like plain brown flag, you can see in the top corner of the card. You can use those in any deck. If it does have the classes flag and if it has the class's flag in the top left corner, like you see over here, has that red tattered flag, so that means it's we're using, since one of the red heroes, the monsters, can use those cards. So basically you just fill it up. You see it says the cards, we have 21 cards. Got to make sure it's 25. When it turns 25, it will turn white, which means we have enough cards in our deck, and that is it. Those are the entire rules of building decks. In terms of what decks to build, what should you be putting in your decks, I'm going to be making a lot of videos in the future explaining that, including what is the very first deck you should be using in this game after you complete the tutorial, and then going on from there to some mid-tier decks that are very, very cheap and very, very good, and then finally to the top tier and the best decks in the game, which are a little more expensive. But again, this game is free to play. You can get 3 packs a day, so it actually is quite easy to get all the cards in the game relatively quickly. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Those are the rules of deck building in Gwent. Peace. I'll see you next time.